Hello everyone and welcome back. So this is the second episode of my Let's Play series of Feed the Beast of the Direwolf modpack, and I have done quite a lot of things and fixed quite a lot of my problems which I've showed you last episode. So I suggest let's go and check it out. Since we are here, let's first have a look at what I have done here with the cobblestone and gravel processing situation. Last episode I mentioned that I was wondering why the manager is actually not pulling items out from the tube system, and I found out that it's unable to do that. So what I did is I set up a retriever, another red power 2 machine, which is triggered every like 10 seconds by this timer here, which actually is some little bit buggy. I cannot always right click on it. I would have to break it down and put it back, but I don't want to do that at the moment. So anyway, it's set around 10 seconds if I remember correctly, and it pulls out a stack of, as you can see, a stack of gravel and puts it in its ender chest. Of course, since our manager is set now at the moment to have only to keep only one stack of gravel in this ender chest, all the excess gravel is instantaneously returned into the tube system and transported back to the barrel. The reason I actually taken out from the manager and the cobblestone stack is because I don't want to process it. At the moment I have enough gravel, and the gravel is the one which can actually turn it to diamonds or gold nuggets with a very low chance. And although I didn't yet get diamonds, but I think these 3 gold nuggets here are the result of my gravel processing. Not too much, but I find it fun to do, so I keep processing it. Also, I really cannot do anything at the moment with my energy. So let me just clean out my inventory and let's go have a look at the other parts of what I have done since last episode. So as you might remember, last episode I mentioned that there's an issue with this boiler here, or rather with the output of the steam from the boiler. As you can see, we have here 9 connections to the boiler, 9 connections of liquid ducts, and we know that the steam in Feed the Beast is compressible in liquid ducts. That means that once it's output from the boiler and is into the liquid duct, then any amount of steam, virtually any amount of steam, can be transported in a single liquid duct, single line of liquid ducts. So this means that we only have to ensure that we have the correct number of connections to the boiler, because what limits the output of steam is actually the connection. Every connection can output only, I think, only 80 units of steam at a tick. So this boiler here is a 3x3x4 setup. I mean 3x3x4 high pressure steam blocks, steam boiler blocks, and every single block can produce, if it's high pressure, as far as I recall, 40 units of steam a tick. So this is 720 units of steam a tick. 3x3x4, yeah, 36. No, I said it wrong. Yeah, every cubic meter of the boiler capacity can produce, if it's high pressure, then 20. If it's low pressure, then 10 units of steam a tick. So this is actually 36 times 20. That is 720 units of steam every tick, and every single connection can output a maximum of 80 steam a tick. So we need here 9 connections, which we just have here. It's a single side. A single side of the visible area here is all used up. I mean 9 blocks. And after, however, since it's compressible, then steam is compressed down and is transported along a single line of liquid ducts. And last time, what was the issue is that if you see now, all the engines are having full steam, full power of 8 megajoule a tick, or microjoule a tick, even the last ones. But it was not the case, and I understood that the reason was not the problem was not the number of connections, but rather that these connections has to be apparently in this default state, the liquid duct connection. If you do this, I mean, if you hit it with a wrench, and turn it into this state, it will not function, not output steam. Maybe you need to apply redstone power. I'm not sure about this, but you can clearly see that it decreases. The steam level decreases constantly, and after a while it will reach beyond the half level, and then it drops in the output power from the theoretical maximum of 8. However, if you put it back to the original state of it, then this increases and will stay at maximum capacity. These are only 16 engines, so I think if my counting is correct, then I could add 2 more. But at the moment I really don't need it, and also I would need to move a little bit these and this energy cell and this tesseract. Okay, so let's have a look at the peat bog corrections that I did. As you can see now, there's a constant, steady flow of peat, which is very good. And I'm not sure if it is enough or not. Let me just have a look. Yeah, I think we are still low on peat, and the temperature is dropping. So let's see. Instead of using filters or anything like this, I found a much simpler solution. I simply put at the output of these relays, which actually outputs the harvested peat from the turbary into the tube system, I put a restriction tube. If you are familiar with red power, then you know that this restriction tube actually doesn't prevent anything from coming here, but it acts like the routing algorithm of red power sees this the block after the restriction tube, like if it was 5,000 block away from the block before the restriction tube, before the restriction tube. And since red power 2 routing algorithm works with by finding the nearest suitable inventory to send items, this is so far away, at least it seems so far away for the system, that it will never send it here, because there will be always a closer inventory up there where we are actually producing this peat bog, the relay up there. And yeah, it's okay because there is no peat inside, so it means that all the peat is actually output into the tube system. Let's look here, the same, absolutely no peat. Yeah. Also, this restriction tube is very simple to craft. It's just a normal pneumatic tube and an iron ingot to craft. So it's really much cheaper than to use filters. Yeah, it works well. So it seems that at the moment all the peat which is harvested in these levels are actually output to the tube system and eventually routed to the steam boiler itself. Okay, so I thought about, let's go around some and have a look at where are we exactly located. Because I was going around some exploring, found a couple of more villages, was hunting for some animals like cows and the chickens for their feathers. And I think it's really a nice seed, a nice regeneration around. So just there we have this snow biome, this snowy forest, or I don't know what is it called exactly. Then we have here this meadows biome. And I actually recall that over there should be a jungle biome, which I used to, at the moment, since I don't have any tree farm set up, I used to gather my wood, most of my wood. And as you can see, I mentioned in a previous episode about how do I collect wood with the Wand of Equal Trade. This is the result. I think it looks really interesting, so I like the look of it. As you can see, I have replaced the entire tree trunk with cobblestone. And since I will need, I think, great wood as well, so let's do it here with this great wood. Scaffolding is a really handy thing in Feed the Beast. I like it very much. And then just right click, and in a certain area it will replace all the blocks of the same kind that you clicked with what is selected. Let's see, is there something up there? I guess there is. Yeah, I just don't like to leave it behind. Let's go down. Oops, I didn't want this. Oh. Yeah, you can turn the leaves as well into cobblestone, which I don't want, I don't need those. Yeah, this one. Yeah, that's it. Entire tree of cobblestone, very nice. Yeah, and the scaffolding is very easy to break down. If you break the downmost block, then it will fall, I mean everything above it will fall down. Very handy thing. Okay, so I have been doing some research, some Thaumcraft research, and as you can see, I've switched my iron boots to the boots of the Traveler. This is a really nice boots, a really nice pair of boots actually. So what it does, that it gives you an increased speed, first of all. So as you can see, I'm considerably faster. Also, you can cross one block up and one block up without having to jump, which sometimes can be actually a bit confusing, and I mean you have to get used to it. Also, as far as I know, there used to be a bug with in connection with these boots where you couldn't enter a too high door if it was I mean if there was a half slab in front of it. I don't know if it still exists or not. Anyway, other thing is that you can jump considerably higher, as you can see. Really high jumping compared to the normal jumping. I don't know if 2 or 3 times higher. But really the most interesting thing in it is that that you can enchant it, and it can get special enchantments which are only available for Thaumcraft items. For example, one of the most powerful one maybe is the Repair one. Repair one automatically repairs the item using this, basically this magical energy from the nearby area. It means that if you don't use it very fast up, the durability on this item, then it basically lasts forever. There are other unique enchantments as well for the Thaumcraft items, but I think this is one of the most interesting. Well, as you can see, my quarry is down, so I would like to go and move it around to a new place, and at the same time just have a look at again our surroundings. I use a lot the mini map and the waypoints. As you can see, I have already set quite a few interesting points which I discovered, and I would like to maybe know in the future. I mean the location, but I don't have them on, only what I actually need. So this is a quarry. Let's see where it is. Quarry, where are you? Ah, yeah, over there. And what I will need actually only these 3 landmarks. Everything else is right there. Let's go. When I get to level 30, I plan to enchant these boots with something, and I hope to get at least a repair on it. Later on, if I have a lot of experience, then I can just simply use the anvil and enchanted books to throw on it different enchants. I toned down some little bit the sound level. It's another thing which I want to show before we go to the quarry, which I found really interesting and really cool looking. Is, I think it's over here. Yeah, somewhere this direction, I guess. Yeah, over there. Have a look. That's a spawner, pretty close to the surface. It looks very cool in my opinion. So this I might just let it like that. It looks very well. I might turn it into some mob grinder. Actually, I have a few spawners discovered, as you could see on the waypoints. For sure, I would like to utilize the skeleton ones for their bones and for the arrows. Others, I don't know. Don't really need anything from zombies or spiders. Maybe except the experience. Once I have a portal gun, then I can use it to move it around. Even there's a trick to turn it into a pig spawner, if I would like. That's a quite interesting source block here. So it just needs an update. Yeah. A little bit of adventuring. I like to have it from time to time. Besides building and engineering new machinery and solutions, technical solutions. Oh, I don't know what was that. Yeah, this is a biome which is coming by the extra biome from the extra biomes mod. It's of course you should already know it's only in the Feed the Beast. I mean, it's not in the vanilla version of Minecraft. I like very much the look like of it, so it has a special look like, and I might consider actually moving out and having some few other bases around. One I would like here somewhere on the top of some of these hills, for example, and such of these pillars looking down some fort or fortress or something. Yeah, let's grab this coal. Some experience. Yeah, these boots sometimes are actually quite strange. I mean, you need really to get used to it, because they work very differently from the normal boots. But look at this, I just simply come up there. Coal is always nice. I need coal now to fuel my steam boiler. Also the experience is very nice until I will have some ways of getting easily a lot of experience for enchanting. This way actually I can make sure that I can enchant new tools just at the time, or maybe some before, when my old ones break, so I always have a set of nice tools. Also later on, if I go into industrial craft, I can turn the coal into diamonds. Takes around a stack of coal, a lot of quite some flint and obsidian to create a single diamond. But if you have a lot of coal and you don't know what to do with it, it's something you can consider. These skeletons are not really strong. The 1.5 ones are much stronger. Whoa, ravine. Yeah, these are quite dangerous. You just fall into it and that's it. Oh, look at this one as well. If it was a deeper hole, you could easily die. I have not died yet in this world, and actually I don't really like at all to die, so I'm very careful normally. And even if it is not a hardcore world, but I play it like if it was. So as I mentioned to you before, I really don't like to destroy the area too much by quarries, so as you can see I have chosen this quarry around 1000 blocks away from my base. And even there, as you will see, it's located in a small lake basically, so water should cover the whole. This is a really nice, look at that. Yeah, I like it. Very interesting area, very interesting biomes. Yeah, so I'm not sure, but it might fill up with water completely. I mean, maybe the water sources will generate new water source blocks based on this Minecraft mechanism of two adjacent source blocks generate, not adjacent, but two source blocks which have one gap in between them vertically. They generate or horizontally they generate a new block, source block. Yeah, there we are. And yeah, only problem is that there was ice. So you can see the quarry is destroyed. Oh, whoa! Actually, there's a lot of items here. What happened here? That's strange. Definitely very strange. Yeah, I think I know what happened here. Most likely my sorting system was not fast enough to keep up with the quarry at some point, and some items were spit out, which after the quarry actually stopped, it stopped I mean, it didn't anymore keep these chunks loaded, so they didn't despawn. Okay, I don't know how much we lost. There's a diamond. Yeah, well, we could have lost maybe a lot, I don't know. Ferrosaur as well is quite expensive. Sapphire. Okay, let's take it away. So this is the energy tesseract, as you can see. And the chest. Oops, and the quarry. Let's try to find for the suitable new location. Yeah, this is the problem with the ice. As you can see that the ice was mined out, and now this area is actually one block lower than the surrounding area, so it's not so nice. Otherwise, as you can see, it was filled up completely with water, so you would not really notice had this ice not been removed from here. Just now I have to get out from here. Also, there is a Thermcraft enchantment, haste. Haste that's increased speed, which is always active to the boots. Well, putting haste on this one would be quite interesting, where you could really go fast then that time, even without drinking any sort of speed potions. But of course, as far as I know, you can drink speed potions, and then it will increase even more your speed. I mean, beyond the haste level of your boots. I don't know if there's a maximum limit for that or not. Yeah, at this moment it's still useful for me to collect a lot of skeleton bones, because a lot of times I manually grow crops to mostly for the Thermcraft research, because one of the aspects are almost, I mean, basically the cheapest or easiest is getting it from crops. From seeds, yeah, so from seeds. And I don't have yet any automatic wheat or any sort of crops farm setup, so I need to do it manually if I want to have the seeds to do the research. What I'm looking for now is some sort of area with water, sea or something. Yeah, and this one, copper, is actually a very precious material. You need a lot of things, and it's quite actually hard to come by. They only spawn. Copper is only only spawned on not too low level, so I think it's maybe above 50 or so. As I said, I have discovered multiple villages, I think around 4 total, and I'm very interested in setting up those villages, I mean, to a self-governing, self-repopulating and high population village, which can also has mechanisms to protect the villagers from the zombies at night. I want to trade with them, and also would like to use the villagers physically, like colonize this area, so build the villages into cities and maybe even connect them somehow. I think about trains. First of all, maybe porters to the further villages. but I did not yet figure out what and how to do. I have definitely a lot of cobblestone, which I'm thinking about destroying part of it, and from now on all cobblestone should be maybe destroyed, which is coming from the quarry, because soon my extended barrel will as well fill up. But anyway, this cobblestone could be used to create, for example, roads between villages, create structures like castles, keeps and such. Because I know that it's actually free to get cobblestone, but it takes time even if it is free. But at the moment I have a huge stockpiles at hand, so I could just go around and build a lot of things. But I didn't figure out, so I will keep it for a later time. Yeah, here we are. It's nice. So it's really nice. It'd be nice for a new quarry. It will make a huge hole here. Also the clay, I don't need any more sand because as you have seen, I processed gravel by the rock crusher, and it actually creates output sand, so I don't need sand. Oops, it's quite strange, this behavior. But I definitely need clay, for example, for a lot of things. Maybe we have to be in the same line. I hope I did it correctly. Yeah, that's nice. So if you right click it and it emits this laser between the two landmarks, then you did it correctly. And again, let's try to do the third one. Basically 3 landmarks are enough to mark a quarry area, because they define exactly a quad. Basically this is what we need, a quad. Rectangle, and you have to right click on the middle one to connect it and to create this quarry rectangle, which actually will be mined out. And after, in case you don't know, just put the quarry next to the center landmark which you have clicked, and it will automatically set up the frame. And also the landmarks pop out, so you have to collect them if you don't want to lose them. They're quite cheap to make, just a redstone torch and a piece of lapis. But yeah, if it is not too big effort, then it's worth collecting it back. Also, in my last quarry, I have ran most likely into a dungeon, because I've seen things which can only come from dungeon, like logic matrix programmer and such. Maybe we get into a new dungeon and get some interesting loot from here. Yeah, so the energy tesseract, you just place it next to the quarry, and of course set it up. So our main energy feed. This is actually the energy frequency, which is output from the power room that we have showed you, which is generated by the steam engines using the steam from the high pressure steam boiler. You just select it and it starts building up the frame. Well, I think we can go back home. It will do its thing from now. The other things which let's grab this core. It's really very useful and really hard to come by using quarry methods. Because quarries are only actually quarrying just such an amount of area, and as I said, copper is only spawned above a certain height, so there's not too much land which can contain copper, and I don't really get too much copper from quarries, so I most of the time manually mine them at the moment. Yeah, so as I mentioned, I have done a lot of research on different Thermcraft things, and I have unlocked a lot of interesting things. Let's see, which direction is home? That way. We are 1,400 blocks away from home. So besides the boots which I showed you, which I want to enchant, I also unlock the pickaxe of the core, which is a very nice tool. It actually lets you do two things. First of all, it has a chance that when you mine an ore, like iron ore or copper ore or so on, then it increases the output. Something like fortune, but it works on ores actually, not only things like gems and dusts and coal, I mean, which break down, but on ores. Another thing what it can do is that you have the ability to point with it to a direction and to see what kind of aspects are there in that direction through the, I mean, even without you see it. I mean, it will show you that if you would mine that direction to a certain distance, I don't know the distance exactly, what kind of aspects would you find. This is very interesting because, as you know, for example, diamond and redstone and different metals have their own specific, not necessarily specific, but have different aspects. And for example, diamond has the precario aspect, which is precious, I mean, valuable. And while it shares with some other ores, other gems, like I think lapis as well has it, as well as maybe most likely the things like ruby. That this one, you see, the first one is this golden cup, and ruby, sapphire, and so on. But still, you can have a guess if you are mining at the correct level that it might be diamond actually. So you could basically discover or just have a good guess at what direction you should mine to get some things which you are after, mostly diamond or even metals. For example, lead as well has their own special aspect, which is not really common in other metals, as far as I remember. Maybe silver too. And also the third thing which makes it very interesting is that you can actually repair it, being a Thaumcraft item, enchant it with repair and with other exclusive, I mean, special Thaumcraft enchantments which don't go onto normal items. So let's say that you can get a repair 2 on it. Then basically, if you don't use it too fast, let's say you don't use it to mine nether rack continuously for a long time, and there is of course a vis around where you are at the moment, then it basically turns it into an indestructible tool because it will repair over time. You just have to give it to a certain time. So for example, you might want to have 2 of the items and then switch between them. When one gets to low durability, just let it get repaired and use the other one. So I definitely want to get that one. But at the moment, as you have seen, I have very basic Thaumcraft setup, so I don't have any means of countering the flux generation. I mean, I don't have golems which would collect for me the different essences, so basically all what I do not use at the given time when I want to create some magic item is going as a flux into the environment, so which already caused me, at least I think twice, I have seen twice in this short amount of time, which already played this effect when you get a disease. It writes that there is some strange thing in the air, and you get, I think, hunger and maybe poison as well for a while. Also, it can cause, as you might know, it can cause lightning, it can cause appearance of huge zombies and similar things. I only use it. I mostly used so far Thaumcraft thing. I mean, besides researching, to transmit a lot of gold, because, as I mentioned, I had a shortage on gold before I started my quarry, and I needed gold to actually create the quarry itself as well, for other things too. So I just went, and transmuted a bunch of iron into gold, and this actually, I'm sure that this created a lot of flux there. And also I don't have yet the goggles which can tell me the flux and the node situation. That's another thing to look into it. But I didn't yet in my previous playing session, I mean in my previous verse, I didn't yet go into too much into the Thaumcraft way of automated mining and smelting and so on, but they look really interesting. For example, the infernal furnace which is a way to smelt items using the Vis magical energy, and it has a chance to output extra items, so extra ores, and something like for example the thermal expansions induction smelter. Yeah, it has a chance to output some extra slags which you can use to double another ore. Also, as I had now paid more attention, I found out that there is the so-called arcane bellows. Yeah, in this direction. Arcane bellows, which actually can speed up the smelting in this infernal furnaces for other uses as well. And I don't know if it's new to Thaumcraft. Was added maybe recently, or just I didn't pay attention in my previous words, that there are also these magic mirrors which actually lets you transport items or teleport items between two locations, which basically would be something like this ender pouch, just or like a portal actually, just a fixed one. The problem is that it uses this, so really, and this is the reason why I actually started to gather a lot of silver leaf saplings, because I want to grow those trees around my base once I have the necessary background, I mean the goggles and such, and want to create a bigger pure node which helps me deal with the flux. Also, I'm just started to research these this node related Thaumcraft methods, which lets you in the future allows you to move nodes and combine them and so on, as well as I have just finished Golemancy. So I just before we finish it up finish this episode, I would like to show you where I am now. I researched all these bee related things which I am not really interested at the moment. Later on I might go into bees. Oh no, the one actually missing. These are special new frames which are added to beekeeping by Thaumcraft. This is the pickaxe of the core which I just mentioned. I would definitely want to build it soon. Then this shovel is as well very interesting. It actually mines around a big area, like I don't know, 4x4 or so of the dirt, gravel and sand. So it's very fast to dig holes or remove terrain with it. Also it can if you right click with it, it can actually place down blocks in a similar big area. Infernal Furnace, it's really sounds very cool, and I didn't do too much with this in my previous playing sessions, but I would like this time. Hungry Chest actually can pick up items which are dropped close to it, so very cool item again. I would like to use it as well. And then yeah, these magic mirrors which I showed you, that they can actually teleport items between two locations. And the other thing is the golems. I researched all the basic golem related things of Thaumcraft. I just went into unlock the advanced golemancy, or I'm just researching it. I didn't yet unlock it. I would like to automate the coke ovens using golems, and maybe other things in the future as well. Maybe some farms as well using straw golems. And also I would like to use the advanced golems, which I know that they can actually attack mobs, so maybe to set up an automatic mob farm at some of the spawners, and the experience it can be stored in the brain in the jar thingy, which is another Thaumcraft item. Basically stores up to around 30 levels, and you can then retrieve it later on. So I would like to do with these as well some more things, but I have to find out the exact details, and of course not everything at once. Also, if you have any input, suggestion, idea, comment or whatever, as far as topics which you would find interesting to be, covered in the gameplay, in the let's play, itself, or methods which I'm using, or even as far as my commentary is concerned, I'm really struggling to keep, to speak in a proper way, because I'm speaking some fast, and sometimes it's hard to understand me, but I hope to improve in the future. And also, as I said, I would like to keep it regular, and I would like to make it interesting, and I would like that I'm as well enjoying it, and my audience as well, you as well will enjoy it. This is only possible if I'm doing something which I find fun. So this is why I will go. I will go in a way which I find interesting. But of course I'm very curious about your input at any time. Just be sure that make sure that it's constructive and not just some sort of trolling. Yeah. Anyway, so thank you for watching. This is it for today, and I will soon, around 1 or 2 days, come with the next episode.